Hi, I'm Gregory Hodgson here at the 2017 Canadian Science Policy Conference with Irem Bor from the Carleton University here in Ottawa. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I'd like to ask you, first of all, can you tell us a bit about your research and what stage you are in your career?
Yeah, taking a leap forward to come to Canada for PhD was a very big decision, but I'm happy that I did that. In a nutshell, my research is about using drones as cell towers that we can use in the future generations of mobile networks. We want to use them because we need more capacity, but we can't continue building more cell towers everywhere, so they may address the situation in an efficient way. So we came up with this idea 2 years ago, and then we became one of the leading research groups in the field. Also, I gave presentations about this in the conferences. I became reviewer for top-tier journals and conferences. And then also I'm having an internship at the moment at a research center. And there we're setting the standards for the next generation of mobile networks known as 5G. And I'm very excited that some of our ideas will set the standards.
So as an international graduate student in science in the capital region of Canada, how was that experience, and what can you tell me about your take on that?
Yeah, adapting to a new country is very challenging. But Canada and Ottawa in particular are very welcoming, so that's a very nice thing. But one of the international PhD students have many major issues. One of them, of course, is economical issues. The scholarships are not enough for PhD students because PhD students are not generally new graduates, but they're mature people with families. So we have to do additional jobs in addition to research and teaching assistantships. So that's very, very stressful. On top of that, there is no job security for an international PhD student. I've witnessed academicians firing students in the middle of their studies, in the middle of the term. And an international student not only loses the job, but also faces with the burden of paying the school debt and being deported from the country. So it's very tough. But I hope there will be policies in the future that could address this.
And along that same line then, how would you, from your perspective, rate the status of Canadian science policy, but also science and innovation?
From an international perspective, in terms of policy, the welcomingness of the country, it's amazing. But I think Canada could do better in that, like if they supported the PhD students more, because we look at the professors as the major sources of innovation, but actually who gets the job done are the PhD students, and they're not getting enough support from the system in general. And that's an issue. But other than that, the scientific literacy is amazing. People are incredibly innovative here. Like in Ottawa, actually, especially in my field, the previous presence of Nortel is still felt. You just walk into a coffee shop and a person tells about you how they invented the first touch phone in Ottawa like years ago, and like you hear this kind of innovative stories all around you, and it's fantastic to be here for an engineer in telecommunications, I think.
So here at the CSPC, I understand that you're competing in the Science Slam competition.
That's right.
Shortly, today actually.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything like that before? Are you nervous about it at all?
Nervous, certainly. I did a 3-minute thesis competition last year. It was a great experience too, and that kind of encouraged me to be here today as well. I'm very excited because this Science Slam is a part of a panel where we will discuss how the science is communicated between people. So it gives me the opportunity to deliver my ideas to people who are not engineers and to communicate with them. I wonder how they will take it, how they will comprehend it. It's very exciting.
So in your opinion then, what would you say is the greatest value of the Canadian Science Policy Conference?
I think for me, because I spend most of my time with the people from the field, seeing people from other fields expands your vision, not only mine, but also the other person's, I think. So bringing people from the policymakers and the science makers together creates a good environment for good ideas.
So before we go then, could you just briefly tell our audience where they could go to learn more about your research?
Sure, they can check my Google Scholar profiles or LinkedIn. It's Irem Bor, and if they just Google it, they'll find it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for joining me. It was really a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you
And I
very
hope
much
you
for
enjoy the
having
rest of
me.
your time at the CSPC.
Thanks very much.